Hey, this is Caleb with the Game Fanatics, and we're live at PAX West. Talking with me is Zak Phelps, executive producer for Fortnite, which is quickly becoming one of our favorite games of the year. So yeah, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Fortnite. For anybody who's new to it, do you want to just give like a brief overview of the game and tell us what it's all about?
Yeah, so Fortnite's an action-building RPG where you can group up with your friends, battle hordes of monsters, you create amazing builds, death traps, you just have fun.
So when you see a game with crafting, and it's a big element of it, I always kind of think Minecraft, but getting my hands on with Fortnite, it obviously focuses so much on the actual action of it, but you guys blend it really well. How did you go around like mixing those two things and making them feel like unique, essential elements of the game?
Yeah, so our main focus was, because Epic, sort of has a pedigree in shooters, really wanted the shooting aspect to be really strong in the game. And then when we started balancing the building, we wanted to have action building, which really nobody had ever done before to the way that we're doing it. And so we wanted that combo of that to be really fun and fast. So we want building to be as fun and fast as shooting. And so we spent a lot of time iterating that, making that work, making it so you can be in the middle of a combat, be able to drop a wall, plug a hole in it, have a window, be able to shoot through it, take a blaster out on the other side, which is sort of our machine gun enemy in the game. And so that way everything just felt fluid and fast. And so then on the other side of it, we wanted to make sure that we had a harvesting component that felt rewarding. People could explore, people could find things in the game, and just kind of mix all those elements together. You know what? We're still not sure we have exactly the right mix of everything yet, but we have a lot of people in the game right now. We're receiving a lot of feedback, and then we're trying to find what those mixes are that people really enjoy.
Absolutely. And so another one of my favorite aspects of the game right now is the card aspect of it, which just makes, looting just absurdly addicting. So I guess as opposed to like a traditional loot system, what made you guys want to do the cards, including like all the survivors, defenders? There's just so much there, and it's also good.
Yeah, so the game is designed ground up to be a free-to-play game. We want to make sure that everybody that wants to try and play Fortnite gets an opportunity to do it. The only way to do that right now in sort of video games generally is to do that within the free-to-play realm. So initially, we built the system ground up to be able to support that element, and part of that led us down the card route because it just gives such a wide variety of things for people to acquire and find in the game. Leads to a lot of deep systems that we can build and build on top of, and it allows people to be able to collect things over a long period of time, which then just really lends itself to free-to-play.
So you guys are still in early access. Game will launch in 2018 at some point, and we've already seen a lot of change and just like new modes, and you guys keep adding stuff. One of the more exciting things you recently introduced is the Survive the Storm, which is live right now. Just kind of like epic raid feeling base defense. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, sure. So on Wikipedia, like when our entry first came out, it was saying, Fortnite's a game where you play for 14 days against, like you build during the day and you defend against zombies at night. And we're like, we don't really have that mode. And so we were like, okay, we got to get this in now, fast, stat. And so we started working on it right away. We just brought it out, and so it is our first version of a kind of a survival mode. It goes on for a long time. We've gotten a lot of feedback already from players, everything from like, this is really fun and awesome, and we love this, thank you so much, we're so into it, to this mode's way too long, why did you do this? I don't want to play it for that long, which is great feedback. And so we're excited to do something different, to get it out there, to have some really good rewards at the end of it. The 4 hours of play really allowed us to put some really high-end rewards, everything from the Hydra assault weapon transform key that's super awesome, to a mythic lead on the Plankerton one. So it allowed us to do those types of rewards, and those were one-offs, so we were excited about that piece. And then coming back in, we were like, okay, well, we need to balance that out with the mutant storms, which are sort of the other balance. So we have Survive the Storm, which is this big, long mode for survival. But then we have the mutant storms that have the mutant modifiers for the enemies, the husk. They go on rage, they create acid pits, all sorts of crazy things. And we have a lot of new rewards on those as well. So we have to try to make a balance for everybody.
That sounds awesome. So obviously you guys are working on new game modes and stuff, and everybody's familiar with Lars's van. We're familiar with defending your base, putting the generator down. Are you able to talk about any other modes that you guys are like considering for the pipeline?
Yeah, so one of the modes that we had in our online test was a horde mode, where instead of the balance, so like where survival, you kind of really need a lot of resources and you utilize a lot of your resources to build. The horde mode basically takes all of that away, and it makes it so it's not resource. You just come in with a base already pre-made. You come in with a bunch of ingredients. You simply like it leverages all your schematics just to build and just destroy monsters one way wave after another. That's going to be coming back in the near future.
Beautiful. But I guess as a closing question, what's your favorite build, weapon?
Oh man, so okay, so that Hydra that I just talked about that you can earn, I was able to get that while I was here at PAX. Somebody invited me into their game and we were able to finish out 14 days. You know, I was up till like 2 a.m. making it happen. But man, that weapon is so great. Basically, you just shoot a husk in the head, it just disintegrates. A husky will knock them down to the floor. You just juggle them around. So I'm loving that weapon right now.
That sounds perfect. Oh yeah, thank you for talking with us. And again, Fortnite, available now, free to play next year, but get on it now because it's such a good time.